It's now been 10 years since the start of the war in Afghanistan.
The longest in America's history.
Bravo 5, this is Victor 2. I have a medevac request. Over.
How many of the 100,000 troops currently stationed here should be brought home?
I woke up one day deciding I wanted to get my master's in education and wanted to be a math teacher. And I was in the middle of Iraq and didn't really know what to do and where to go, and it just kind of happened on the Lipscomb page and saw the first banner that popped up was the Yellow Ribbon program.
Being offered the opportunity to get another degree for free and not have to worry about how I'm going to pay for school or be in debt when I graduate, it's been absolutely amazing.
Lipscomb, especially their Yellow Ribbon program, means a lot to me. I went there as a stranger and they took me right in, just explained my case to them, and they just treated me as an in, as a brother.
We began here at Lipscomb with 10 students. We've grown that program just in 4 years to over 200 students. The university is committed all the resources necessary financially and physically to accommodate our veteran students returning. We've been very blessed with the community support, and we've been able to invest an equal amount into the Yellow Ribbon program so that our veteran students coming back who are 100% vested in the post 9/11 GI Bill don't have to pay any tuition or fees to receive their education, both in the undergraduate and the majority of our graduate level programs.
I told myself, I enjoy so much serving my country. I enjoy the aspect and the thoughts of service and what that is. I would really love to go to a Christian university where I can also understand and learn more of the head knowledge of what service looks like. And so I decided to move back to Nashville, Tennessee and enroll in Lipscomb University.
You know, I've always been a faithful person, you know, a Christian, and I support my military and I do everything for them, and Lipscomb gave me all of that. They gave me a Christian environment, a faithful environment. They gave me a great education, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
The Yellow Ribbon program, the Campus Veterans Organization, all these things have created a buffer, and it gives us an opportunity to kind of transition back.
When I joined the Army, I had a plan that I'd put in place for my life that was going to eventually end up putting me in a better place than I was before I joined the Army. And I'm living the dream right now. This is what I thought about doing when I was, you know, laying on a cot in the middle of Baghdad. But the Yellow Ribbon program has been an integral part of that process. I didn't have any lofty dreams. I just dreamed of being an English teacher. And I'm living it.
It all started back in 2010 with an initial concert to raise awareness.
Who do you get? Who might be a partner with us? We can provide a first-class education, but I can't play country music very well. And so therein was the magic when we came across Charlie Daniels, and he came across us, and we seemed to have a good time working together.
We've had some of the biggest artists in the business that have come out here and appeared with us for free to be a part of this because they believe in what we're doing. General Tommy Franks comes to mind. Gary Sinise would come. Gary Sinise is probably as committed to taking care of service people in the military and entertaining military, helping military accomplish their goals as anybody I know of. And Rascal Flatts, they just come out, they show up. Jason Aldean last year came out.
You better watch where you go, remember where you've been. That's the way I see it, and I'm a simple man.
Well, that's the one thing about Nashville. You never know who's going to show up. People that are legendary entertainers that just come by.
There's much more to the transition process than just putting a former soldier into a classroom seat and providing them an education. There's a life transition that goes along with that. Our goal is not to just get them to graduation. Our goal is to get them to the next chapter of their life beyond graduation. We've been very successful in that. We've been blessed with a graduation rate of about 90%. There's over 30,000 veterans leaving service every month, either through retirement or just separation. And most of those are looking for an educational home. So Lipscomb has taken upon themselves to be a little bit more than just an educational home. We want to be a life transition home for them and their families.
Maybe a sense of purpose, you know?
Exactly.
I was originally motivated to think about this, frankly, not out of patriotism, but out of a sense of what Christ would call us to do. I think we go back 2,000 years and look at his interaction with people, and it was often with the people in the community who needed to be healed. And as I think about these veterans, whether they physically or emotionally need to be healed, they all need an opportunity for that. And so I think we're doing what Jesus would have done, being hospitable, being gracious, inviting them into this community, and then doing all we can do so that when they leave here in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, they're equipped to be competent in their profession. And I hope they take with them a spiritual depth that will allow them to get through the rest of life. There has to be some explanation for the horror of war that they alone have witnessed. And we hope that somehow we can be at least a small part in putting that back in perspective so their lives can move on.
In 2012, we were able to basically name a scholarship. We call that the Charlie Daniels Scholarship for Heroes. These are scholarships that are given, and these are students who would not be able to come to a university like Lipscomb or even continue at a university like Lipscomb if they didn't have this type of support.
People want to know that their contribution is going to make a difference, to have an impact. Here, it's completely one-for-one, completely direct. Money given to this scholarship program goes directly to the students who benefit from that scholarship. It's a matter of saying, I have a part in this person getting a college education. And I hope people can take great pride in that. I hope they can see the impact so directly that they'll say, that's where I want to make my investment.
Lipscomb gave me an opportunity to find who I was on the outside. I knew who I was as a veteran. I knew who I was as a staff sergeant in the National Guard, but I didn't know who I was on that civilian side of it. Lipscomb gave me the opportunity to continue my life, to go on outside of the military, to feel a part of society, to feel a part of my community, and to bring a little bit of my job set that I had with the military. They taught me how to be a better leader. They taught me how to be a better Christian. They taught me how to be a better man, even more so than what I had already thought I was.
We owe them an unpayable debt of gratitude. The least that we can do is try to make the rest of their life as great as it possibly can be. That's exactly the bottom line about what we're doing here at Lipscomb. Is we're trying to help the people who have stood in the gap for us, who have been injured in doing so, and who have a chance to make something special out of the rest of their lives. That's what this is about. No more, no less.
I would love to introduce you to each and every one of our students. I'd love to have you stand back and watch them each and every day overcome hurdles and obstacles. I'd love to have you be there when they walk across that stage and get that diploma and see the excitement and the just see the success in their eyes as they've overcome so many obstacles to pursue that education.
If you want to make an impact, think about where that will be made. There are a lot of possibilities, but I can't think of anything more profound than you directly supporting a young person who has served this country and now is doing nothing more than seeking an education so they can be a positive citizen in the future. Please join me, join our university community as we rally around them and as we prepare them for their lives.